Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of This Is Us, a talk show where we have a conversation around various topics. I'm your host, Lee, and on the panel we have G and we have Tyler.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, as you can all tell, we're currently one man down. Due to personal reasons, Judy's unable to join us today. Thank you for tuning in this evening. If you have not already, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell for updates. Today's topic is crazy diets and fitness regimes. We would like you guys to share your experiences and fully get involved in the chat. So let's start with diets. There are common commercial diets which most of you would have heard of, such as Slimming World or perhaps Weight Watchers. Now, I've tried them both, and I have to say, being realistic, following them, they worked. But after a while, I got a bit lazy and I was looking for a quick fix. So I'm just gonna put it to G. G, have you ever tried Weight Watchers or Slimming World?
No, is the
No.
short answer.
Okay.
I haven't tried Slimming World or Weight Watchers because I just haven't. And I remember when, I don't think it was called Slimming World, it was something else. I can't remember what it was called. This was back in uni. And this is one of those things that I don't want to say haunts me, but I still think about it from time to time. So at uni, a group of friends, we're all doing the same course. They wanted to join one of these, I don't know, well, it was called something, but it's like Slimming World at a gym. And it wasn't a gym, like it was like a spa, but they had like a special thing where it's basically Slimming World, basically.
Yeah.
And then I think they needed a group of 6 people or something. So we turned up and all my friends were noticeably bigger than I was. And we got there and they go, oh, sorry, you can't join. They were saying to me, I can't join because I didn't fit the criteria. And I remember feeling really left out. But to be fair,
why did they say you couldn't join?
I was a size 8/10 and I went to the gym every day. I just went for moral support and I went because I wanted to just, join it like a challenge or something. And they're like, sorry, you're too healthy for this thing. So I had to leave. I think that's the last time I tried to join something. No, I tried another one when I was at David Lloyd gym, but it just didn't really work for me. I don't know why. There was just, I don't know. I just don't, it works for some people. For me, it just doesn't, maybe because I know what I need to do for my body. So I don't kind of always go with the whole one way fits all sort of thing. I don't know, but I'm not a big fan of them, to be honest.
Yeah. So what's the strangest diet that you've ever tried?
I don't do diets. I do meal plans. But I haven't tried any of the, you hear your Atkins, and I haven't tried any of them. The only one that I don't even use the word strange, the only one I've tried that's different, it was called I think it's a Daniel fast. That's the only thing I've done that was completely different to anything I've done before. You go without meat for, I think I did it for 10 days. I eat lots of veg and stuff. So that's the only one I can think of. But I don't really do diets or anything, like, because I don't believe in them. I don't believe in diets. I believe in eating well, not what's that word? Not denying yourself anything.
Well, I think they sort of come under diets when we look. So if you were to search diet plan or diets, they would all fall under them, whether it's a meal plan or whether it comes combined with exercise, or they all just fall under it. Tyler, have you tried any weird meal plans?
No.
No?
Nope. Nope.
Because I know, like, there's loads of different ones. There's like the keto. There's the ones where I can't remember the name of it, where they manage what you eat by sending you sort of your meals. So whether you prepare them for you to have the right portion, the right amount of veg and everything, and your meals are set. Has any of you, either of you tried anything like that?
No, I mean, the closest I come to that is like HelloFresh or...
Yes, I've done HelloFresh actually.
Yeah, we've done that for a while.
I loved HelloFresh. Yeah. Loved it.
But I wouldn't say that's... I mean, I wouldn't say that's the same as doing them kind of diet plans, because they're proper hardcore, whereas these things are just kind of essentially normal meals, healthy meals, but the portion sizes are, smaller than the average or what they're supposed to be or whatever. So I think that's the closest I've probably come to doing something like that. When I used to, back in the day when I used to train as an athlete, we got told to eat certain things, but it wasn't like,
Like what? What kind of things did you have to eat?
Well, back then it was mainly like proteins, you know, to build muscle. Carbs as well, you know, definitely carbs as well, but yeah, mainly protein and a smaller portion of carbs probably. So yeah, that was it. That's apart from that, I've not really, but obviously that wasn't, you know, I wasn't a professional, so I wasn't getting watched. You know, when you're getting watched specifically, that's when you know, the meal prep and all that, like the footballers, you know, they all get their meals sorted for them and that kind of stuff. And that's serious.
But that's what I want. I want someone to just sort everything out.
And cook it.
Then, you know, huh?
Exactly.
And cook it, sort it out, cook it, have it ready for me.
Yes,
I'm sure
I would pay for that. Definitely would pay for that. Definitely.
But then those are as I said, those are more the commercial kind of diets. And we've spoken about, so I think you brought up Atkins diet, which is more of that's a fat based, like protein and sort of follows.
I think it's protein and fat. I don't know, but
it's a no carbs diet. So you take out
carbs. I know someone that did it for their wedding, and I remember I'd never met anyone that had done it apart from her. And I remember when I met her, maybe a week before the wedding, first of all, she was starving all the time. And then there's this smell that emanated from her that I now recognize that smell. If I smell on anybody else, I know they're doing Atkins. Is a different kind of, I don't want to call it BO, but because I don't have any other word to use for it, is a different kind of smell. It was just, no amount of perfume could cover it.
Wait, she smelled because of the type of diet she was eating?
Yeah, because of the Atkins, and I think it's got high fat. It just emanated this smell from her. Like, if I meet somebody now and I get that smell from them when they start talking, I know straight away they're on Atkins, like straight away.
What do you mean when they start talking? Their breath?
Yeah, it's on the breath. It's not bad breath, but it's a specific kind of breath that it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
boy,
I don't know how to explain it at all. And she lost all the weight and everything. But I just remembered another one. There was a Special K diet as well, which I have done before. I did that years ago at uni. You just eat like Special K, the cornflakes or whatever, for like, was it 2 weeks or something? Like a specific amount every day.
Wow.
For 2 weeks, I think, for 2 meals a day.
All the vitamins and everything you require by just eating Special K.
No, you have it you replace 2 of your meals. So let's say you eat Special K normally breakfast. So what you do is you'd have it for breakfast and lunch, or breakfast and dinner. So you'd still eat normally, but 2 of your meals out of 3 is Special K. So, and I remember they actually Special K themselves were promoting this on TV, which is how I knew about it. It wasn't like anyone told me. And I did it and it worked. I can't remember how much they said you'd lose, and I did. But yeah, and I wasn't hungry. Well, it didn't feel anything different because I'd eat cereal for dinner anyway if I couldn't be asked to cook anything. So it wasn't that bad. But the Atkins one, there was a smell from the person.
I'm going to put my hand up as a lady I'm a plus size lady. As a lady who's plus size, I have tried many meal plans. I've tried quite a few things, and I'm going to go through some that I have tried and some that I haven't. Some are quite extreme as well. So first one I'm going to talk about is, let's try intermittent fasting. I know quite a few people do intermittent fasting. Some people purposely do it I wouldn't say purposely. Some people just naturally, their body goes through it. So they naturally wake up, they miss a meal, they start eating at 12, eat their last meal by 6, 8. So they're already in that pattern, depending on which of the intermittent fasting programs they follow. And I'm one that I live by intermittent fasting in regards to having my first meal at 12, eating my last meal before 8. But I do it I can verify from my experience that it is good for things like your hormones, balancing hormones and things like that in the body. But some people say that's a bit extreme, that if you're hungry, eat. Why are you missing? Because they would say do not skip breakfast and things like that. G, have you had any experience with intermittent fasting?
Yes, I actually do that now. I started doing it, I think, maybe properly from October last year. And I do it every day now. It's just normal for me. Like, I think I eat at 12, 12:30, during the week, if I'm really busy at work, maybe one. And every time I just feel hungry, I just have water. So I've been doing that for a while, and I'm so used to it now. Even on the weekends, it's the same thing.
And how do you feel? How do you feel following that?
I feel fine. I feel okay. I don't feel any different. I think maybe obviously in the first few weeks I was starving.
Yes.
But and then I find that because I mean you're supposed to stop eating at 8, but sometimes I'm had dinner at 8. Maybe I'm busy, I have dinner at 10 or whatever. So I found that the later I eat the night before, the more hungry I am in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that.
That's
So if I eat like 9, 10, the night before 9, 10 p.m.
8, 9 in
I'm
the morning,
starving. Like sometimes it's the hunger that actually wakes me up.
Yeah.
So but the intermittent fast has been, I've really enjoyed it. I still have 3 meals, so but I'm not a food person. I'm one of those weird people that I eat because I have to. I eat to survive.
Yes.
I don't eat for joy, or people that are like, oh my God, food. And no, I eat so I don't die really.
But you know that, okay, so we both have spoken about eating at 12, and then perhaps stop eating around 8, depending on what we're doing on that day. But Tyler, some people their idea of being healthy is having 1 meal a day. So literally they fast the whole day and they have an hour window where they eat 1 meal a day. Have you come across that, or is it something you think,
Yeah, like, I mean, do you, boo boo? If you want to eat once a day, you eat once a day. That's up to you. But no, that's long. I'm not eating once a day. No way. Wait, in that one time that I'm eating, I better have everything there.
Everything. Buffet. It'll be a buffet.
Boy, no way.
You know what? I tried that. I tried it for 1 week, and I think I lost like half a stone in 1 week.
You lasted a whole week.
I lasted 1 week, but by week 2, there was no point. It was that you get even more hungry, and it's like your body holds on to food. So it's like, I don't know. People do it, but I don't think it's something you do for long term.
I don't think it's healthy.
No, I don't think it's healthy as well. I think fasting is a great thing to do, by the way. We fast, my church, we fast every year. Definitely at the beginning of the year. So for the whole of January. My church
does as well.
And sometimes we do it like mid-year as well, but for the whole of January, and it's tough, I'm not gonna lie. We do it from 12 midnight. So as in tonight, 12 midnight till 3 p.m. Or, you can go to 12 or you can go to 1 p.m. if you can't, but yeah, I normally do from 12 to 3 p.m. And
how many days do you do yours? 40 days?
For the whole of January. So it's like 28, 30 days, something like that.
Okay.
But for some, they may say, oh, but, you're sleeping during that, from midnight to thingy. But if you ate food at like 8 p.m. and then you don't really eat anything for the rest of the night, you've really gone from 8 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So it's a long period of time.
That's a long time.
I know like my Muslim brothers and sisters do like, sunrise to sunset.
Yes.
And that's a long time as well, definitely.
That is long. And that one, there's no water.
Yeah, that one's hard. Yeah, we can have water, hot water or something like that. But yeah, that one is, man. That one is hard, especially when it's hot and it's sunny and
and then here when it gets dark at 7 p.m, 8 p.m. No, like summertime when it gets like 8:45, 9
in the evening.
That's hard. That's hard.
So when Ramadan falls on in the winter time, it's always good because you break really early. But when it's summertime or spring, oh gosh.
I think it's for me that when during that fasting season, like I know a lot of people use fasting to like lose weight and stuff like that. For me, I find it a bit difficult because during fasting, sometimes I think to myself, okay, let me train as well. But then I can hardly ever try. In January, I hardly ever train because I don't have the energy and I don't want to burn. Like normally I like to train in the mornings, right? So if I wake up and I know I'm not eating till 3 p.m, if I train at like 7 a.m, I don't know how I'm going to survive till 3 p.m. with no energy after, doing a workout or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would train at like 2 p.m. and then start eating at 3 or whatever, but it just depends on, it depends. But then, I'm talking about fasting. Fasting is not just about food. it's about mindset and, you know,
About mindset
focus
and
and stuff like that.
focus,
So I
yeah.
guess, so I guess that's what makes it easier as well. I guess when you're fasting, you're not really thinking about the food. So you
So
can,
it's sort of, if you're fasting, it's what reason do you have behind it? Some do
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
for weight loss, but if it's for religious reasons or for that reflection or even
Focus and-
detoxing, you've got different focus.
exactly, yeah.
I was set a challenge a while back, and for this one, I think I lasted 2 days. And they said to me that I was not allowed to cook the food. I could only eat raw.
Oh
vegetables.
no.
It was like a plant-based diet. And I just remember myself suffering for the mere fact of I was not allowed to cook anything, the vegetables, nothing. I was not allowed to eat hot food in that sense. And others tried, they did it, but but it's people that do it, they're plant-based, where they eat raw, whether it's blended or whether there's people that do it and they say it's good for depending on what sort of healing they want for their body. But I know this body wasn't requiring that kind of healing. This body was craving some chicken and some meat or something that was cooked on the fire. But and another one is those that try the shakes where they don't eat
slim fast in them.
Slim fast. I think the Cambridge diet went that route, and there's Juice Plus is another one, I think.
Yes, I've done that actually. I've done a juicing one. I just remembered.
We're unlocking all G's diet.
You said you hadn't done any, and now you're no.
No, you know me, I forget things, isn't it? So my husband and I did the juice one by what's his name, Jason Vale, which I have recommended to people, and we did the 5-day one. I think I lasted 4.5 days, and that was just pure juice for 5 days, and you lose 5 pounds. And that did work. My husband, we did it together and it was great. It was, but the thing is, I couldn't have like almost half of the stuff because I'm allergic to citrus. So any of the recipes that included oranges and like just pretty much everything, I didn't have. I had to just go without. So I feel like I kind of had less than what I should have had. And when I get really hungry, I get migraines. So I couldn't afford to, so, but at least I lasted 4.5 days. It was good. And then the next one he did, and things like that are good for when you just need a good cleanse as opposed to a diet. So, and then I did the one where instead of juicing the stuff, you kind of blend it. So you juice some of it and then you blend something with it. So it's a bit more, you got a bit more sustenance from it. It's like it's more of a meal. I think I did that one for 7 days or maybe 14 days. I can't remember, but I didn't do it like I wanted to lose weight. I just knew my body needed extra vegetables and extra whatever. And I'm one of those people like, again, because I'm not a big food fan, if there's a pill or drink I can drink and it has all the nutrients, I'll rather do that than be chopping.
There was a tablet that they released a while back. It was about 10 years ago or something like that, where you take the tablet and it breaks down all the fat and it makes you go to the toilet.
That's just called a laxative.
No, it was publicized. I'm trying to remember the name for it. It was publicized. There was you take it and then apparently when they go to the toilet, it's all the fats what comes out.
Well, it couldn't have been that good because if it was, people would be raving about on Instagram and stuff, innit? So
that was about 10 years ago. But then there's also slimming teas, people that take slimming teas in order to go to the toilet to help with their health.
I know people that have used it and it's worked for them. I don't subscribe to that. I think it's terrible. I think it's really, really bad.
Tyler,
you just made me think there's that guy, what's his name? What's his name? Is his name Shaka or something like that? The guy is on Instagram, but his name Shaka? I can't remember his name anyway. But he does he lives in Thailand or wherever. And he eats all these exotic fruits and stuff like that. But he does these 3-day water fasts. And I don't know if I can do that, man.
What?
Literally.
Just water for 3 days?
Yeah, just water. Just water for like 36 hours or whatever. I don't know if I can do that, man. But he does it a lot. I think he does it like, once a week or once a month or whatever it is.
I did have a plan to go vegan once a week, but yes.
Yeah, but that's...
You have to do it once a week. I could be a vegan once a week.
No, but you know what? I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing to do though, because even if we're not vegan, we shouldn't be eating too much meat and too much chicken all the time, too much red meat.
Yeah.
It should all be in proportion anyway. So so I think, vegan for a day. I mean, I'm not vegan, but I actually have a semi-vegan diet because my wife doesn't eat meat. She eats fish, but she doesn't eat meat. So and she doesn't do dairy. So because of that, because of the lack of meat and lack of dairy, a lot of the stuff she cooks is vegan based.
Yeah.
And
I did try to go vegetarian once. I lasted 3 days, and then I ended up, this is years ago, like 10 years ago, and I ended up, I was craving meat so much, I was dreaming of it. And by the end of the 3rd day, I found myself in my local KFC where I ate the meat so quickly, I threw up in the shop. And they asked me to leave.
That's because it's fake meat. That's why.
Yes, and then I found out there's like a whole website for KFC, and yes, I am name checking them. There's a whole website of people that talk about. There's something in their special whatever thing that just reacts with my body, and I just thought.
I'm with you. Whenever I get KFC, as much as I like it, when I get the chicken, everybody knows that it really upsets my stomach.
Yes, I don't know what it is.
Why are you still going there?
Because it tastes nice.
I can have the wings.
I still going to eat it.
The only thing I can eat there is the wings. I can have the hot wings. Like if my husband says he's going there, so you just give him the hot wings, but I can't have anything else there.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't like KFC, right? But there's one thing I had from there recently, and I may have to go back and get it again. It's them boneless chicken pieces or whatever they are.
Dippers or something.
Them things were nice. I can't lie. Them things were nice.
So somebody was saying, one of the things that you can do to help you if you're trying to follow a diet or a meal plan is just to clip your nose when you eat. So clip your nose. You don't really get the smell of the
that
food.
Experiment. Yes, sorry to cut you off. We watched, my husband and I, we watched this any food sort of like any food program, like food science program. We always watch them. And there is one they did where they had this 2 sets of people, and some had their nose clipped and some didn't, like, and they were fed the same thing. And the ones that didn't, I think after a few spoonfuls, they were just not interested anymore. And the ones that could smell obviously ate the whole thing, even though they were full. It was so interesting to watch because it was like real normal people off the street.
There was another one where I saw where it's that whole, if you wear glasses with a blue tint or with a tint, all your food looks the same color. So it puts you off wanting to eat because it all looks, because we look at the colors of our plate. Like I was taught, eat the meat last. So I eat everything else on my plate and eat, which is really the wrong way, because you want to be heavier on the veg and the protein and eat your carbs last.
It's the Nigerian way.
The Nigerian way is we eat the meat last. But
that's
if
true.
You look at your plate,
the meat is the pudding.
Is the juicy part.
The meat is the dessert. Yes, so you eat it last.
That's real
talk.
Talking
about meat, we know that Nigerians or Africans have come up with some bit of their own diet. Now, our producers put it up here, a Niger goat head detox.
What is that?
So I saw that in the group chat. I was like, I'm not even gonna say, because I don't know what that means. So I've never heard of that one. I mean, I'm doing a Nigerian diet now, meal plan for a 12-week one. There's no goat's head meat, whatever.
But you've done an EBA diet, right?
It's not an EBA diet, but the Nigerian meal plan I'm doing now, I do eat EBA almost every day with eforiro, and it's got goat meat, it's got stockfish, everything.
You know what? I had this chat with a nutritionist once, and when we were talking about Nigerian food, and they said it's none of this food. Obviously, we know it's not bad to eat in terms of being bad for you, but the main concern was just the portion size.
Yes.
If you eat EBA and whatever you're eating and you make it that small, it shouldn't be any bigger than your fist.
It's less than that. It's a third. The gari I use is a third of a cup.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how small a third of a cup is? Mm-hmm. And that's it. But then it's like a vat of eforiro I have to eat it with.
If you give that to one of your uncles now, they're gonna look at it like, is this?
They will think it's leftover from somebody else's plate.
Quite funny. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and they dished out the plate, and I was like, why is there no more? Like, why is rice?
Where's the rest?
plenty on the plate.
Not full.
And then we're
You
like,
can see the
rice
plate.
on the side. And I'm like, no, rice is the main. As in,
That's the
what do you
problem with
rice
Nigerian food. The rice should be the side, not the main. You know when
not the main?
you know when people are dishing a bowl of rice and then the whole plate, the cover, and then you not put a little bit of sauce in the middle. You're like, no. Right.
We've got it all wrong. Our meals are healthy if we take out some
Yeah.
of the oil, depending on
I'm
what we're
eating
cooking.
jollof rice.
Oh,
I'm
that
eating
pure
pepper
palm oil,
soup.
bro.
I'm eating moi moi. I think the most
Yeah.
palm oil I've put in any of the meals I'm starting week 4 tomorrow. The most oil I've used at all is 1 tablespoon of palm oil in anything. And that's whatever that thing I'm making is for like 5 portions of food. So
Yeah.
there's no oil
A quick
at all.
question. Yeah, did you ever get palm oil put on your skin as a child, like for like a lotion or cream or whatnot?
No, but I've been given it as a cough remedy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take the spoon
my
of
dad
it.
made me
It's
use it
something.
on my skin a few times. I think when I had some like
That would
some
transfer
eczema or
onto your clothes.
listen, well, I don't know, man.
Right. So we all want to look toned and trimmed, and also like to have muscles in the right places. And I'm sure all 3 of us at some point have been registered to a gym. Tyler, what's the most insane workout plan you've ever followed?
Boy, actually, yeah. How can I forget? Back end of 2018, I did a challenge because I'm not a fan of the gym. Yeah, even though you may see me and you may see this, this fine body, and you think I'll go to the gym. I don't go to the gym. I just natural Nigerian something. But anyway, I used to have a nice body. So I did this challenge to myself to make myself try and like the gym. You know that thing where they say if you do something for 21 days, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
So I challenged myself to go to the gym for 61 days in a row.
61.
61. I got the inspiration from a friend of mine who actually did. He did, by the end of it, he did 1,000 days in a row. He was a next level.
Wait a minute, that's like quick maths. 4 years.
Something like
Almost
that. Some
3.5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do maths on the weekend.
It started off with him doing like 500 days or whatever, but then so he was only gave me the the push to do it. So I did 61 days. I did it up to Christmas, whenever that period was up to Christmas. And it was amazing. Like there were some days where I was so tired, worn out from working, whatever it was, but I still went to the gym. I didn't do weights every day. Some days I would just do some cardio. Some days I would literally go there and just stretch and do some different kind of things. But it was amazing because it became like a lifestyle. It became like, okay, I have to do this. And and because I was documenting it on social media, that they were like, because
I think apparently
me
when you do something like that, it's called a social contract. So you kind of feel more inclined to hold yourself up.
I had to because I was posting about it. Everyone knew I was going there. They were waiting for me to post. If I didn't post, they'll be like, "Oh, well, you didn't go." So yeah, I had to. But it was good, man. Do you know what? But what happened was I did it for 61 days. And then after that, I had a little break just to rest. And then I didn't go gym for like 4, 5, 6 months.
That happened to me a few years ago. I took a break from the gym. Before I knew it, it was 9 years.
Crazy, man.
Before we continue, there's somebody in the chat that's not she's not resting. We've got Esther who wants to know, she's going on and on and on. She wants to know what the name of the meal plan is. She's not letting loose. If it's there, she keeps coming back. Niger meal plan. Somebody said, I think.
Well,
I'd like to know what it is.
That's fine. I've actually Jude asked me about this last week and I had to send it to him as well. It's called Lose It Nigerian. They're on Instagram, and let them know I sent you because I want discount on my next meal plan. This is my 3rd meal plan I'm doing from them. It's obviously it's a Nigerian lady that done it. I've known about her for years, maybe more than 5 years I've known about her, but this is the first time I'm diligently following the plans properly. So it's really good. There's one of my best friends also she's starting a plan like the 2-week one tomorrow. And I remember on Friday, I was saying to her, there's a lot of prep. You have to get everything. You have to prep everything. I haven't even finished doing my meals for the coming week. But yes, I've done some of that. I've done my F4 and I've done my moi moi today. So I need to do my pepper soup tomorrow.
So those of you that are listening, it fits in the meals that we do like to eat.
It is, so but there's some things that you're not going to like very much. Like, you know, depending on what plan you're on, you might have to have some sort of juice. I don't want to say juice, but it's basically a sort of smoothie, but with a bit of atarodo inside. But you have to drink it. You know what I mean?
I'm not a fan of pepper.
Yeah, so
I'm not a fan of pepper. Oh.
But it works. This is my third plan of theirs that I'm doing. I mean, for me to go for a 12-week one, you can imagine how well the first two went. I did like a 5-day one and then a 7-day one and a 4-day one, both of which I didn't do any exercises because I didn't have time. But this time around, I am doing some exercising with it. So, and so far,
that's
so
the
good.
thing.
It's called Lose It Nigeria.
Lose It Nigerian. Yeah.
But that's the thing though, with all these diets and whatnot, when we talk about it, they work hand in hand. Diet, exercise, diet. You know, you need you need both, bro. Like you can exercise to your heart content, but
we know it's more of the diet than the exercise.
Yeah, the diet is 80%, and the exercise is 20%, because the reason why, especially if you're doing something longer than 2 weeks, the reason why it's crucial to exercise is so that you can tone up as you're losing the weight, because you find people that lose a lot of weight and they have so much saggy skin. They don't understand why it's saggy. It's like, because you didn't tone, you didn't lift weights, you didn't do anything. I love lifting weights. I used to bodybuild for fun when I was at uni, even before uni. I used to just, I think I mentioned this before. I've been on dates where the guy said, put your jacket on because your arms are bigger than mine. So I used to go to the gym religiously. That was my safe haven. I went to the gym 5-6 times a week. Like, even my dad, there was a time he was coming to town and he knew I couldn't come and pick him up from the airport because I was going to the gym. So for me, exercise is not just about toning up, it's about
balance of everything.
It's very good for your mental health, I think.
Yeah.
I remember a couple of years ago, somebody, bootlegged me the whole Insanity T25 Sean T program. And I decided to give it a go. Wow, how long did I last? I think I lasted
how long did you last?
Half an hour.
I don't even think I did a week, like literally, and I still got the program. I had to follow the modifier. I was just like, I can't keep up. I beg. I'm not here to die for anybody.
I'm a big Sean T fan, but when that Insanity thing was a trend, I did not do it. And by then I had a dodgy knee. I've got a new knee now because I had surgery. So I've got a new knee. But I knew I wasn't going to do it because the name tells you what it's about. So I watched it.
To try it.
I watched it while sitting down eating my food. I watched the whole thing and I knew that's what I do with any exercise thing I'm going to try. I watch the whole thing while I'm eating. Watch it like we are watching movie. But funny enough, one of Sean T25 is not too bad. I didn't mind that. I did a few of it, and I've done his hip hop abs, which was really funny. It's from like the late or early 90s. It looks so cringe, but it's quite funny. That did work because it just looks like you're dancing. And then he does something called Cize, CIZE, which is the end of exercise. And that is basically just teaches you like a dance routine, but you don't realize you're working out. So those are the kind of things I do now. He's got a new one called, I think it's called Let's Get Up, because I subscribe to something called Beachbody, which is basically like Netflix. Yes, Netflix for exercises. So there's so many different trainers. So I pick and choose whichever one I want to do. So I'm doing a Sean T one called Let's Get Up. And again, it's dancing, but exercise. And then in the middle, he does, I think, 5 minutes of insanity, but it's like the more simpler stuff that he does. You're not jumping up and down.
I would absolutely love to do pole dancing.
That's the thing. It's now an Olympic sport.
Wow. I would absolutely love to.
Take strength, though. Take serious strength, isn't it?
They're very strong, them women. Oh my goodness.
Serious strength.
It's cardio, it's strength, it's coordination, it's balance.
I think if I tried that, it would be good because it will help me with my fear of heights.
A lot of women are doing it these days. A lot of women are doing it.
I think I'll do, if I find they do one in my village here, I would definitely sign up, at least for the taster class. Let me go and see.
Give it a go.
Definitely.
Now, I think that's on my list. It's on my list to try, and I don't know, get a poll somewhere. And
where are you gonna put it?
I don't know, to try it. But Tyler, have you ever tried yoga or Pilates?
Yeah. Like, I went to drama school, man. Like, come on, we did that every day. Like,
you
that
did? Do you have to?
We did it as part of like warm-ups and stuff like that. Yeah.
Ah.
Movement classes. Yeah, we did it. And since drama school, that was obviously finished that. I do it every now and again. Do you know what? I try to get up in the mornings. You know, I don't necessarily do yoga all the time, but I always stretch.
Yoga is hard, boy.
Stretching,
I can't lie.
Hard.
Yoga is hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. But yeah, that's something I'm definitely gonna continue. Yeah. Pilates I haven't really messed with too much, but yoga, yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't know which one is harder, Pilates or yoga, because I've done both of them. I did yoga for longer. Pilates, not so much.
Yeah.
That stuff is important. As we get older, it's important to keep our bodies.
Oh, you know what you should try? You should try Tai Chi. Tai Chi is Kung Fu or karate in slow motion. It's amazing. I did it for like maybe 2.5 weeks and then like but it's amazing. And then you obviously learn how to fight as well, isn't it? It's really good.
So we're adding the weight to the bodybuilding strength and then learning to fight as well.
I did judo. I did judo for a while as well, so I could do judo.
All this stuff though is about time and dedication. You know what I mean? All this stuff is about time and dedication, you know?
It is having the time and the dedication.
If you're not, for stuff like that, for me, if I'm not waking up at 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. to do that kind of stuff, then I'm not going to have any time to do it during the day. You know, we've got one of them rolling things here. We've also got roller. Yeah, we've got that, but we've got something else as well. I can't remember the name of it. It's just down here. It's got loads of little
nodules,
like needles, like pins, and you lay on it. It's called I can't remember what it's called. Something matte, but it's all spiky, and you lay on it like with your top off, and it's meant to help you sleep. Yeah, it just goes on your back, but it's all spiky, and you're meant to walk on it as well. So you have to build yourself up to a point where you can walk on it. I haven't walked.
So it's to help with like pressure points and things.
Yeah, it's almost like acupuncture, but it doesn't actually pierce your body, so it just kind of sits on your skin. But when I first went on it, oh my gosh, it was hard to lay on it. But now I can lay on it. It's some Japanese something, but it's meant to help.
Sorry, I seem to be having a thunderstorm, so I can barely hear you. I'm just going to plug in the regular microphones.
Yeah. Tyler, you spoke about the fitness challenge that you did, the 61 days going to the gym. Now, last year, I did a fitness challenge just to keep me motivated and for accountability, but also to fundraise. So I did for 3 months walking 1 million steps. So I did 1 million steps over 3 months to raise money for diabetes.
1 million steps.
1 million steps in 3 months to raise money, and I went over. I think I did like 1,100,000 and something thousand.
Wait, how many steps is that per day?
Per day, I was doing about 10,000 or just over.
Did you say over a month?
Over 3 months. So from July till September.
Okay.
It's doable. It's doable.
Yeah.
On 10,000 steps a day, yeah?
Yeah.
It was over 10,000, but I was doing, it was some days I was walking 20,000. Some days I was doing, but I stayed over 10,000 every day.
So average.
And I was dedicated. I lost weight. And let's talk about COVID, like COVID weight. This is when we're in the big pandemic and all we could do was go out and walk. That was the only thing we were allowed to do. So for my accountability, I thought I'm going to fundraise as well. So while I went out to walk, I was walking 7 miles. Some days I was walking 7 miles.
Because 10,000 times an average of 3 months, so 90 days is 900,000. So you must have been doing.
I was in over on some days. I was walking. But what happens when you stop walking or when you stop it, all the weight piles back on. And that's sort of what we're talking about when we think about the lockdown. So we went into a lockdown and a lot of people straight away were thinking about their health and ways not to gain weight. But because we've been in through so many, lockdown 3 we're coming out of. People have gone through that whole lose weight. Oh, you know what, I'll give up. lose
it's
weight,
hard, isn't it? It's
you
hard,
know
man.
what, I give up. And I think me personally, I'm at the point now where I want to, but I'm like, come on, we're let out. Where's the cocktail? Or I want to go with my friends, or let's have a meal. So it's really difficult to now start saying, let me be healthy in my choices. What are your thoughts in regards to how, because I could say for me, it was yo-yo. So I'd lost weight, gained weight, I was healthy, like let's walk every day, let's do this, let me watch my meals. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, I've done it for so long, we've been locked up, let me have, don't get me wrong, I'll go back to it, but let me have some freedom. How has it been for the two of you throughout this lockdown when it comes to your health and your fitness?
Well, yeah, for me, I mean, when it comes to health in terms of food, I always kind of eat, I've always eaten well, and I've got a good diet. I do eat crap as well, don't get me wrong, but 9 times out of 10, I'm eating good food anyway. It's just the snacks that kind of bring it down. So for me, it was more about the exercising. You know, I had points where I was really good, and I started jogging. Then I stopped jogging, and then recently I started again, like a couple months ago.
You skip as well, don't you? You do skipping.
Yeah, I do. But again, I know I haven't skipped. You just reminded me, I haven't skipped for like 2 weeks or something now. So this is the thing. Like, and I agree with you.
It's not bad.
I know it's not bad, but you're meant to. It's about consistency with eating, with a healthy lifestyle. I think what we do, I think what we all do naturally is we tell ourselves, "I'm gonna work out because of this." Like my example recently was like, next week I'm going away, or you know, in 2 weeks time I'm going away.
Bikini body.
So it's like, yeah, exactly. So it's like, I'm gonna work out because I know I've got this coming up. That's not a good way to be, because
not at all.
We give ourselves this false expectation of like, we want to hit this goal for this, but actually this should be our lifestyle. We should be exercising daily. We should be exercising weekly. We should be eating well you know what I mean? That should be a normal part of our lifestyle. But it takes effort, and it takes getting up early. It takes practice. And it's just
discipline.
It's a lot. It takes discipline. Yeah, and it's a lot. You know, I said to myself when we lived in our flat, and then I said, when we buy our new house, which we now have bought, you know, in December, I said, as soon as we move into the new house, I'm going to change my lifestyle. I'm going to start getting up early every day. Have I done that? No, I haven't, because now I've slipped back into do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just that discipline, man. It's, for me, the hardest thing out of everything, it's not the exercising, it's not the eating well. None of that is the hardest thing for me. The hardest thing for me is going to bed early. Because if you don't sleep, if you don't have sleep, everything else is put out. Everything else is put out. And that's my problem. If I get my sleep in order, then everything else should fall into line. So that's my main concern now, is getting to sleep. And when I say early, if I'm in bed at 11:30, that's super early. If I'm in bed by 12, that's early. Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to get to bed for like, I want to be like whoever you are that goes to bed at 10. I want to be like you. Teach me.
What about you? Lockdown, health and fitness, how's it been?
Well, at the start of lockdown, I knew there was going to be a lockdown before the lockdown was announced, first of all. So the one promise I made to myself was, do not come out of this lockdown fatter than you went into it, whenever it ends. That was my main thing. So food-wise, I eat well. I'm eating better now that I'm on a meal plan. I mean, the amount of spinach and kale in this house is ridiculous. So I've been eating well. But again, like what Tyler said, because I wanted it to be a lifestyle, I didn't have I'm doing this for a wedding. I'm doing this for this event. I'm doing this because I'm going to see my friends here. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because I wanted to feel better about myself. And I knew I could do better. And one of my I think last year, for majority of the lockdown, I didn't overdo it. Like if I felt like walking, I did a lot of walking, more walking than I probably did the year before. But that was more for my mental health kind of thing, just to get out of the house. So I went walking, I did that. Obviously, my smartwatch would count my steps. So I wasn't doing it for any reason. I didn't have a plan to lose this. I didn't have any of that. And then I'm watching what I eat. I mean, I'm one of those people that if I've eaten crap for the day, I know, okay, tomorrow I have to be better. And it's just how I've always thought about food. And then in January this year, I joined this like free, actually it cost like £2, this like conference thing about visualization, vision boards. And at the end of last year, one of my main aims was to get healthier. That was like my number one thing, to get healthier starting from this year. So when I saw this thing about doing a vision board, I thought, okay, I always detest doing vision boards. I actually avoid them because it makes me have to think, which I don't like to do. I like to just live each day as it comes. So I thought, you know what, let me take it a bit seriously. So one of the things I did was actually do a vision board for my health and fitness. So I put on, like, obviously, I think I used about 6 or 7 pictures of exactly what I wanted to achieve and what I wanted to look like. But I didn't put like a deadline on it. And that's what prompted me to go and do the Losing Nigeria, because I'm like, okay, I want to eat food that I enjoy eating. I don't want to be eating salads every day because that's not what I do. So I had to pick something that fit in with my normal lifestyle, but I just had to tune it up a little bit. Exercise wise, like I said before, I do the Shaun T dancing one. You dance for 35 minutes, you're sweating, you're having fun, you don't even realize you're working out until the next day when you're trying to climb stairs and stuff. I'm like, you know what, I've actually done something. And because for me, I had to find something that was sustainable for me to do. I also have a tracker on my phone. It's like an aquarium as an app that kind of tracks your water. And as you log your water, you get lots of tropical fish and whatever, you win them and stuff. So anything that has any sort of incentive, but it's not like I have a target.
So
like
you've
I
got
need to
quite
do
a lot
this
of things
by.
in place. So
Yeah, to keep my
one of those
interest
people
going.
would say has gone into the lockdown, you've put your mindset, you've got everything in place, and you're actually probably coming out healthier than you were before you went in.
That's the plan. That was my plan, because I'm like, I cannot come out looking worse.
I must say, I'm not coming out looking worse, so I think I'm actually coming out looking
You look
rather
beautiful.
on point. Yeah. But you're one of those ones that I would have to say you're doing better than me, because I went into lockdown, and I'm coming out probably the same way I went in. Not any worse, but probably a little bit better. Mindset's a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm coming out worse. I'm coming out worse, fam.
Tyler, maybe you're gonna have to teach me how to skip, because I did try learning how to skip during lockdown. I think it was last year. I lasted 3 days.
Yeah, it's hard. It's not easy.
No,
it's not
easy, man. It's not easy.
I'm thinking of trying roller skates next.
There's loads of ways. There's dancing. I know I'm into my dancing. The curved catwalk are back from next week, so I'm looking forward to that.
What's that?
Jiggle on, just jiggle around. So dancing is my way of keeping fit. But what I was going to say to our audience is, you've been listening in, or you've been tuned in to watching us talking about extreme diets and also fitness in regards to things like insanity and just ways that people have been sort of addressing their health and fitness. Some are quite extreme, and some we know we've all sort of dipped in and tried. And I would say for you all, try, test. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. We're not professionals. We've only just given you our opinions on the things that we've tried ourselves. But what I want to say to you all, if you can please just hit that subscribe button, subscribe to this channel to receive notifications. If you can also like this video. And I'm going to end it there by saying, this is us, and we have certainly arrived.
Peace out, people.
Bye.
Have a good week.
Toodles.